I should be in a position where I can hang out with my friends and my counterparts and have a good time and have a drink and feel safe. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen for a lot of women. I don't want to say this person's name, but y'all know him. And I have to get the story straight because... Ew. I just want to say this to set the record straight. I'm not going to say your name.
Camera one is your camera. Yeah.
I had a show, I want to say it was in Temecula years ago, probably about 7, 8 years ago. And the promoter says, I got everybody rooms to spend the night. I said, cool. So then we go downstairs to this lounge and the promoter has a section for us, bottles, we all drinking, we all having a good time. And then little but surely, some of the comedians and their partners started saying inappropriate things to me. And I was like, I'm going to stop drinking right now because I don't want to be under the influence and get myself into something.
Right.
I know how I am when I'm under the influence. After a certain amount of alcohol, I'm still moving. I'm on autopilot, but my mind is gone. I said to one comedian, I said, well, you're not drinking like that. He was like, no. I said, well, do me a favor. I've been drinking. I feel it coming in. I'm going to stop. But just make sure I get back to my hotel room safe. Just make sure. He said, what room are you in? I told him what room I was in. He said, okay, I got you. That's right next to my room. I said, just make sure I get back to my room safe. He said, cool. I'm drinking water. I still remember, in and out. I'm having a good time. We dance. We all get on the elevator. One of the couples tried to take me with them. And I said, well, no, I'm going with this one right here. Because I told him, just make sure I'm safe, make sure I get back to my room. I'm out by then. I'm gone. Like, I don't even remember nothing after that. I wake up in his bed.
Oh, wow.
Pissed off. I woke up, I see him, I start crying. And I'm screaming, no. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, did we do anything last night? My top is on, my bottom is gone, right? This is just a moment of vulnerability for everybody, just especially for the female comics. And I said, did we do anything? And he goes, yeah. I start crying. I run out the room. I ain't even got no pants on. I just got everything in my hand. I'm sure they saw ass on the camera. But I go next door and I'm sitting on my bed and I'm crying because I would never entertain you. If you see the dudes that I'm interested in, you would never even fall into the category of it. And what bothered me most is there was never an apology. There was never any accountability. And then you went around and told people that we did something as if that was something that I, in a sense, agreed to or gave you permission to do. I was under the influence. I asked you specifically to make sure that I got back to my hotel room and you did, and you took me to yours. And I'm just tired of the narrative that's going around. And I didn't want to say this way in hopes that at some point this person will be accountable, but they're not. They're just running around like, oh yeah, me and tecara. And I'm like, no. I don't want to say you to me. That's a very harsh and pushed narrative. And I have to take accountability for the fact that I was drinking. I'm a very accountable person. But you did take advantage of me under the influence, especially when I trusted you and I asked you to just make sure I was safe. And you wasn't even drinking like that.
This burns me up right here. Like, I wish he would have said his name. But that really lets you know the character of her, that after going through that she still would not say his name. I 100% believe this. Like, a lot of times I have a hard time believing when stories are just thrown out there because it's so easy for the public and the judicial system to just believe them with no proof whatsoever. But this, I 100% believe. And the reason I believe this is because she still takes accountability in this situation, even though she was the one done wrong. You dig what I'm saying? Like, she took a chance and she knew she was taking a chance. She could have just went back to her room right then right when she noticed she was getting too drunk. But she was hoping that you would be the stand-up type of man that we are supposed to be and just take care of you. It ain't like you had to fight somebody or, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure she get to her room safe, dog. And it just lets me know that she's being truthful, because in all of that, she like, I should not have been that drunk. Like, she still held herself accountable, like, which most women do not do. So the fact that she held herself accountable and then still, I don't know why she did this part, but then still refused to say your name, it shows you the volumes of the type of person she is, the heart that she has. I don't know why she is choosing to redact your name, but I had thoughts that tecara was a really sweet, loving, thoughtful, just wonderful person from watching some of her comedy. I was 1,000% right. I'm probably shorting her on the type of person she is. I have no idea why she would not divulge your name. You dig what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this. I'm happy that she learned, because we all need to learn. We've all then got too gone or been too unaware of our surroundings. And many of us have been very fortunate that we've made it through these situations unscathed. But there are so many women like Tecara that did not make it through these things unscathed. And they are very hurt because of that. And they're very jaded towards men because of that. And I do understand. My heart goes out to y'all. But it goes out to the real cases like this one. But I have to admit, I still do have a hardened heart. When I hear inconsistencies in certain women's stories, and you just know they're lying, you dig what I'm saying? I have a hardened heart because of so many stories where they are untrue, where women are just flinging things up against the wall and hoping it sticks against a man, and then they tear his life down. But I despise those type of women because it takes away from the real cases like this that we need to give our full attention to. In the cases like this that we need to give our full justice system attention to, so that dudes like this can be prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? Even if she don't want to mention his name, 2 and 2 should be able to be put together by somebody investigating somewhere to make this man be accountable for what they did. You dig what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like this, you have a chance to be a stand-up man. But just, I'm talking too much right here because I want to get to the second part of this video where she explains how to stay aware and how not to get yourself caught in these situations. Ladies, please listen to this. And fellas too, because it's all type of predators out here. Men, women who will take advantage, of whatever type of situation. And so, but especially women, pay attention to the game that she's about to give about how to stay aware and how not to catch yourself or have yourself be caught in a precarious situation where you can be taken advantage of.
What's some tips that you can give a female comedian that's traveling on the road, or things that they should watch out for?
Watch out from drinks from random people. Sometimes people will buy you a drink and send it to the stage. I don't take that. Be careful with who you go on the road with. That's very, very important to me. People hit me up all the time. Like right now, Mika J can't go on the road with me. She got some stuff going on. So I said, okay. And I get so many men like, can I go? Can I go? First of all, I don't want to be on the road with a man, especially if I don't know you. That's really important to me. Another one would be book your own hotel. Don't stay in hotels that are connected to the venues. I did that once and I came from the second show, some dude at my door with flowers. How you even notice my door? Don't stay in venues, in hotels that's like Jacksonville. That hotel is...
So they know exactly what room, because it's that one on the far side by the stairs.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to stay upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
Baltimore like that too.
Yeah.
The comedy club is in the hotel.
I was staying in a hotel in Charleston. I don't know if where I told the story yet. So first of all, there's somebody pretending to be me. And they're taking money from people. They're sending them money to get their hair done, their nails done, paying rent, paying bills. And it's really dangerous for me because these men come to my shows thinking they've been talking to me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm at a show in Charleston and it's this guy sitting at the bar. He just keeps staring at me. So the meet and greet is over. I said, hey, do you want to meet? Do you want to take a picture? And he's like, you don't know me? I was like, no. And he was like, you really don't know me? And I saw he was serious. I said, no, I don't know you. And he says, but I've been talking to you. And I was like, well, you haven't been talking to me.
Not me.
So he brings up this phone and he goes, this is not you? I was like, that's my picture, but that's not me talking to you. He's like, this is not your number. I said, that's not my number. He says, but I've been talking to you for like 3 months. I'm like, you haven't been talking to me. He got tears in his eyes.
Wow.
He's like, because I came to the show tonight because, you know, we talked about getting married. I got a ring. He had a ring.
Wow.
He was like, I'm going to propose to you at the show. I said, let me ask you a question. I don't want you to feel small here, but have you ever talked to this person on the phone? He said, no. I said, you ever FaceTime? Have you ever heard their voice? He said, no. I said, that's not me. Crazy thing is, there's another dude standing there. He was like, I knew it wasn't you.
Oh,
Tecara, a true comedian. How she can still land the joke in the midst. But this is true, though. This is true. Some jokes it just is what it right itself. But it's funny that she's able to tell the story and still put that smack dab and make you laugh in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Made this even worse was he had our room number. Now, thankfully, I didn't like the room and I had to move me to a cottage in the back. But he had our exact room number.
Sheesh.
And I'm like, how the fuck did you get my room number? And he was like, oh, well, somebody told me that you guys were staying there. She was like, no, we don't stay there. But we were staying there. And she was like, but anyway, how did you get the room number anyway? He was like, well, I came in and I told them that, you know, we were in a relationship and I was getting ready to propose to you and I wanted to send flowers to your room. And so they gave me your room number.
this just turned into a true crime podcast.
Right.
And so, ladies, y'all got to be 1,000% careful when y'all are out in these streets, because you just have to watch your surroundings and watch the people that are around you, because people always don't have your best interests at heart. You dig what I'm saying? You might hope for that, and you might run into that every now and again. Like every now and again, you'll run into, like I run into a person who saw me drop my wallet out in the parking lot, and he chased me down in the store. You know what I'm saying? And brought it back to me. When it found me in the aisle and brought me my wallet, like, hey, big dog, you left your wallet. I had to throw him something. I ain't had much to throw, but I had to throw him, like, cuz I appreciate you, dog. You ain't gonna. And I'm the type of dude who does that in return. Like, I'm gonna make sure you get your stuff. You dig what I'm saying? But you will not always encounter these people. And fellas, in case you're not as sympathetic as you should be to the woman's plight, think about if it's you. Because fellas, you gotta be aware of your surroundings as well. Like, people want your booty too. You better watch your back, your fronts, and all of that. Like, you know, so just think of it like that. Think of if you are into women, but you find yourself being eyed, looked at by some drunk gay dude or whatever. And that's fine or whatever. Dude want to holler at you, but you like, no, thank you. But you've been gone. You know what I'm saying? And then you tell your people you with, hey, man, I'm kind of gone. Make sure I get to the crib. Then you wake up and the dude that you told your homeboy, you in his bed. You dig what I'm saying? You like, I ain't even know you. Like, imagine going through that just like she went through that. You understand what I'm saying? A person that you sitting with that you like, man, we hang, like, I'm supposed to be my homeboy. Like, so we gotta view it from their perspective, from their eyes. You dig what I'm saying? So you can soften your heart, because every woman ain't a raggedy line, ratchet, funky, foul mouth chick. Because some of y'all are telling these fake stories and just disassembling people's life. But this is not all women. And I want you fellas to remember that this is not all women. When you look at your mothers, your sisters, your aunties, your nieces, and your nephew, like I say, don't forget to throw the fellas in there, because it's a lot of boys that have been taken advantage of as well. You dig what I'm saying? So we have to remind them to be aware of their settings. Don't leave your drink out. You know what I'm saying? In this day and age, you better off just drink at home by yourself. I hate to just be like that, but you know what I'm saying? they got to be safe, man. But I'm just saying, like, you have to remember not to despise these women when they tell their stories. Be logical and listen to the story as they tell it, because some things just don't make sense. And when you hear things that don't make sense and don't sound right, it often isn't. And you can pick apart the liars from the people who are telling the truth. You can pick apart a brick lady who fake claimed that she got beaten with a brick by a black man. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the difference of that story and Tecara Williams' story. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't know, right? I don't know whose story is true, whose story is not. But I'm saying this one seems very believable. I believe it. And men, you have to have compassion and remember that could be your sister, your niece, your auntie, your mom that has been caught in a precarious situation. And the crazy thing about it, man, if you just be the stand-up guy that you're supposed to be, you probably will get rewarded with the box at a later date anyway. Now, I'm not saying because Tecara said this dude is not her type, but I'm just saying, had you made sure that she got back to her room safely, and you went to your room and you put her in her room and you went to your room, had you made sure, and then the next day y'all kicked it, you was gone, but I made sure you was good. You know what I'm saying? She might show you some appreciation for that. It's not guaranteed, but you shouldn't be looking for that to be the play. But I'm just saying, I've been appreciated for such acts before in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Chick was drinking, you know what I'm saying? I think she had been drinking before we even connected. But we talked, we linked up. We finally linked up with each other, and she was, you notice, like she was a little extra gone, you know what I'm saying? Well, after she came over, and I picked her up, you know what I'm saying? I drove and picked her up. So I just left her on the couch. And then she woke up in the morning looking like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And she was very appreciative. You say that, you know what I'm saying? But it's no need to be as thirsty as you are. The box is so plentiful out here. It is no reason that you need be the type of man, I swear. There's no need that you be the type of dude that has to feel like you need to take the innocence from a woman, man. But some of y'all have, innocence has been taken, and it's a perpetual thing, I guess. Hurt people. But regardless of that, man, you're a grown man, and you in your right mind, and it's not an excuse. Like, just because you've been shot before don't mean you get to go around randomly shooting people. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't want to hear the excuse. If something wrong with you, you sick in your head, you need to go get some help. But whoever this was that Tecara is protecting, yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping people do some digging and figure it out. So you can answer for what you did. But this your boy Pete Camp. Let me know what y'all think, what you don't think. Please be safe out here and get at your boy.